So let's have a, I think I said earlier on, I had a clear up here, had a tidy around, and it's worse than ever. I seem to be in a right old mess. Doesn't seem to be room for anything. But I tell you what, if I had a desk a mile wide, there would still not be enough room. So let's see what we can do. I need, while we are getting sorted, I need to just check through. Hey, hi, Malik, hello. Hello, sorry if I can't pronounce you properly. Right. Welcome to this poetry corner. I'm just checking through some of the stuff here I have read out, but then maybe if you haven't visited in here before, a repetition of some of this poetry. Okay, am I a gamer? Yeah, hi. Yeah, I am fine. Am I a gamer? Yes, I'm a gamer. I have just come off of my stream of Elden Ring, and with the help of a couple of colleagues, we've managed to kill Mesmer on the DLC. So we're getting into the last little area of that. And once we have done that, I will be back to start NG+9. I can't seem to get away from Elden Ring. It's, as I say to people, it's got me hooked. But I do this little webcam chat every now and again because from time to time I do write quite a lot of poetry, and I did sort of ask my streaming people what they thought about it, and they seem to be quite interested in hearing what I write. So this is a sort of a divergence from my stream time. And I put all this in order last night for the new bits of stuff that I have written. But so far, all I can read is, oh, that's right. Right, we start from here. I will see before I proceed with any more of this. Too late now. Well, I will do this. I do this for about an hour, and then unfortunately I have to go because then my husband comes up. He finishes work and shuts up, and he comes up here, so I don't get any peace after that, I'm afraid. So Idle Cross, don't worry about it. Don't worry, you've got work. Golly gosh, you're a working person. I'm the idle one, you know. I must admit, sometimes I wouldn't mind if I did go out to work, but I think my time for working is done. It's 11:15 a.m. in the US here. Right. So you're sort of coming up to midday. Yeah. You're hitting the midday rush. Excellent. Well, we have a choice here, peoples. Some new bits of poetry or some Cockney rhyming slang. I don't know which you would rather have. I mean, we hopefully in this next hour can get through to both of it. I'm just very interested with regards to Ida Crass, to see what you think. And if you haven't really heard much about it, you're down for whatever is clever, Granny. Bear with me a sec, because I bet. Oh no, hang on. I'm looking at my bits of paper and I'm looking in the wrong place, because I have actually upgraded to a notebook. When I can find it. Where's my notebook gone? Oh, Lord alive. It's awful when I clear up. I can't find anything. Though it doesn't look like I've cleared up much, does it? Here we go. Here it is. So, it is lunchtime now. Lunch is started. I have 3 apples, a breakfast sandwich, a cup of tea, and a bowl of porridge. You've got a mixture there. That's lunch and breakfast. Yeah. You've got to have. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Let me have a. The thing with this is, right, yeah, I started this, but I didn't start at the beginning. I just opened a page and started writing. And now I don't know where it is. Oh, there we go. And I thought I'd written something down here. Okay, so before we start on the poetry, just to whet your appetite with the Cockney slang. Right. This was something that the Cockney slang was started by the market people in the East End. It was their way of talking. And it gradually, over the time, has evolved into a way of talking for a lot of the East End people. Okay. So, you see, if I said to you, can I have a butcher's hook at your dog and bone? I want to have a dirty bird with the trouble of strife, as I'm Brahms and Liszt, cream crackered, up the frog and toad, and I'll get a sherbet dab home. Now then, what do you think that meant? And that is maybe a few phrases of the Cockney way of talking. Do you know? Right. So, can I have a butcher's hook? A butcher's hook is a look. At your dog and bone is your phone. I want to have a dicky bird. A dicky bird is a word with the trouble and strife, which is the wife. As I'm Brahms and Liszt and cream crackered, I'm pissed and knackered. Up the frog and toad, up the road. So I'll get a sherbet dab home. So I'll get a cab home. There you go. That's just a very quick. Can I have a butcher's hook with a dog and bone and a grass with a... There you go. Yeah. Okay. So you see, I could also say, if I wanted, I think I would be able to say that. Well, you see, I grew up with a father, and my father was always saying, he was always bringing out these little bits of slang every now and again. You see, I could say to you, if you told me something absolutely fantastical, I'd say I don't Adam and Eve that. And I would be saying I don't believe that. And many times my dad would say to me, get up the apples and pears. And that would be get upstairs to go to bed. And then sometimes he'd say to me, I've got to go such and such. I better tart myself up a bit. So I'll put on me whistling flute. Whistling flute, suit. Or he would just say, I'm going to put on me whistle. All right. Or he'd say, I'm going to have a ball of chalk. I'm going to have a walk. And I'm going down the road to get my Barnet Fair done. He was going to the barber to get his hair done. Barnet Fair, hair. And as I said in the little sentence I said earlier, Brahms and Liszt, you are pissed. Coming out of the pub. Yeah. I bet you would think I'm having a... Well, you see, this is what I thought, Ida Crass, when I thought about all of this stuff, because I thought, I bet she's going to try this out on someone, and possibly, you know, it could be this Phil. Okay. So you can, after you've been working all day, Ida Crass, you are quite probably perfectly okay to say to Phil, I'm cream crackered. Been working all day. I'm knackered. Hey, Neptune. I'm just reading down some of this because there is pages of it, and some of it is really too adult. I can't say it on here. He loiters, he lurks around. So, the Hampstead Heath are your teeth. A jam jar is a car. Sherbet dab is a cab. Skin in blister, that's your sister. A currant bun is the sun. Daisy roots are your boots. And if you have a Darby and Joan, you're having a moan. Right. Syrup of figs. That was one my dad used to use a lot. He used to see somebody sometime and he goes, he's got a syrup. That is a wig. Syrup of fig. Wig. Skyrocket is your pocket, and a tea leaf is a thief that might go into your skyrocket when you're not looking. Sweeney Todd is a flying swan. Oh, and this other one is my dad used to use a lot. He used to say, where's my tit for? Tit for tat. Hat. But it's a tit for. Terence Darby by fixed to a sky. I thought you're gonna have a whale of a day with this. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's so much more. Body parts that are quite acceptable to say that are, you know, not within the adult range of conversation. Plates of meat, your feet. Boat race is your face. Loaf of bread, head. Mince pies, eyes. Barnet Fair, I've said, is hair. And north and south is your mouth. And then I've done the tit for tat, and the Barnet Fair is your hair. And you can always have a cup of Rosie Lee, which is your tea. So that's just a little insight into Cockney rhyming slang. I'm just seeing, what am I going here? Your bootress garlic is your oats and barley. and your Brady Bunch is your lunch. Well, that's basically near enough what you've just been having. Why is Phil a dastardly dodgy rat bag, Ida Crass? Yeah, honestly, oh, man, I'm beginning to think I shouldn't have said a lot of these words to you. You know, you're picking them up too much. So you've had your Brady Bunch, and you've had your Buttress Garley, but you haven't had a bit Britney Spears, which is a couple of beers. But then again, maybe you have. You've been down the pub, and now you're Boracic. You're Bugs Bunny. You got no money. You got a big bap, have you? Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Well, there you are. So maybe you have quite a good time with that, all that language. Hey. Yeah, I was going to say there's loads more, but I've sort of picked out the ones that were most frequently used for everyday things. They are, but a lot of it you can probably guess when you start getting into the way of the rhyming. Then you can put the proper word together with the rhyming word. And Bumblebee tuna chews. Yo. So now to change the tone of things altogether, I've got some poetry, and I'm not going to say, because as soon as I start reading it, you'll know exactly what it is I've done. And then I've done this over the last couple of 24 hours or so. Right. She is beautiful, serene. The moon has its queen, floating above scholars and books. The setting a library is how it looks. With Rolana above in a golden shield, determined she will never yield. Books take to the air, dodge them with care, wipe out the scholars around. Rolana once again comes to the ground. Attack her, she will be unbound. At a moonlit lake she stands and waits, ready to throw about. Comet azure, that'll give you a clout, and an exploding moon, have no doubt. All this will hit hard, so be ready to reach. All spirits she will unleash. Wolves, dragons, even a troll, and they're not out for an evening stroll. With the right attack, you can get her back. Bring her to the floor. That will stop her attack. Peace comes to the scene once she is once more serene, holding an egg of gold. A sign of rebirth she will grant to you. This is what you are told. Leave her in peace in her library of books, or visit her anytime to change your looks. And as you have probably realised by now, that was entitled Rolana, Queen of the Moon. Okay, on to the next one. This is entitled Mesmer. Mesmer. The moonlit line, like it. That was. I wonder what an omelette would taste like with that golden egg. Yeah, I wonder. Mesmer, you were one hard dude. I'm going to say it. Don't mean to be rude, but you're a bony old thing. But your attacks pack a sting. You're a show in your red with a snake round your head. You've a lightning attack, and it's hard to draw back. Throw me up in the air. I know you don't care. You just want me gone. But I bring a friend along. Together we face you, see if we can disgrace you. With your flaming spear and thrust attacks, furious, frantic, nothing lacks. Serpent fireball, a triple bite. Are we poisoned? Well, we might. Me and Mimic must save the day. Destroy this menace. Well, we may. Between us all, someone must win. So buckle up and let the battle begin. There you go. That's Mesmer. I maybe could have put quite a bit more into some of these, but I'm hoping it sort of gives you a roundabout feeling of, if you haven't sort of already known these. The next one, yes, the next one was entitled Baal. Curse you, Baal, is the cry. Igon is out for revenge. With dragon wing he flies on high, then lands with intent to avenge. Let no one survive, none stay alive. We need a small army, we need power to fight. Don't let you disarm me, can't let you disarm me. Can Baal die? He might. He blasts lightning and fire, breath attacks are a fright. You could stand and admire, but you'd then be contrite. Claw maul, blast of fire, tail swipe, fatal crush. Toss me in the air, 'cause he doesn't care. But I've help who can come at a rush. The fight gets more even. Let's hope it's not long. Although Baal's believing we'll all soon be gone, laid out all before him, nursing our broken bones. We don't fight on a whim. Glory we will take home. He's hit on the head, then hit on the leg, but never will he sit up and beg. He must now have a headache. He can't keep this up. Dragon Hunter Katana smashed him to a pulp. So we stand and say, well done. Igon has revenge. The fight was so well done. This dragon's reign is at an end. Yeah. The Mesmer fight was pretty good, wasn't it? Yes. So that is Baal. And the last one is Fire Giant. So what do you reckon we shall say about Fire Giant? On the snowy mountain dwells a ferocious thing. The Fire Giant has made this his home. Who would expect to find him here with multiple enemies? So don't come alone. Approach his domain, he reacts so quick, slamming his shield on the ground. Like a mini earthquake, you'll need to pick a hiding place, stay safe and sound. When you can approach him, be ready, dodging shields, slams and rocks. You target his leg, hit swift and steady. Good job he doesn't wear socks. Eventually his leg is damaged enough. His anger grows and it gets rough. With his face to the sky, he bellows and roars, releasing burning rocks galore. Hitting the ground, they then explode. Fiery furnace. You've been told, stand well back. With ranged shots, lock on his hands, they have the hots. His snowy place is all on fire. But to bring him down is your desire. Some well-timed hits and it all will end. And then you can travel to the forge, my friend. There you go. Yes, I've been busy. And that was the very last one. Anything else now I have in my hand? I think I have read to you before. But like I say, if there is any time you want me to repeat anything at all, just shout repeat and we will find something to read again. But there you go. I was quite busy, wasn't I, Ida Crass, with that? And I was really on a roll there. I'm just reading through, yeah. I'm just reading if there's anything. Yeah. Aye. There is one poem I'm not sure that I have read you that I can't find. And it was sort of a little bit in memory of my mum, and I cannot find it anywhere. I've got so many loose pages here as well. I'm just checking. No, that's... It's a nuisance, isn't it? And it'll probably come to light when I'm not looking for it, like a lot of stuff does that you miss. Right, Lands Between and Elden Ring. I've read that one. Yeah. Growing Up, when I was growing up. Oh, that little one, it was... So, my dears, that is... Oh, that is Atom 4. So anyway, I had grandson come along earlier on. That's why I sort of, my stream this time was sort of in 2 phases. He came and brought his little baby in. He's going to be, I think he's probably going to be like Carl. He's only 2 months old and he is so alert. It's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, he's just about 8 weeks old. Do you know what? They both of them came in, Carl and his partner, and they came and sat down. She had the baby. She was carrying him, and he was asleep. And then sort of, start poking him about, and he sort of wakes up. Do you know, some babies, they'd wake up if they'd been sleeping like that and got woken up, and they'd be really grisly and crying. Do you know what? I know I haven't seen him that much, but I've never heard him cry. He is so placid and calm. And then, of course, he came over here, and I had him here with me. He is mesmerised because I got lights across the shelf here and the top of my television. And he was absolutely mesmerised by the lights. And he was absolutely wide awake. And I'm thinking, a baby that's only about 8 weeks old, if I remember what my 2 were like, I think they were sleeping more or less all of the time. And I'm fairly certain that my daughter didn't like being woken up like that. But no, he's going to be a grand little lad. Yeah. And I do think he's going to turn out like Carl. He's, because my daughter says, I can remember when Carl was a baby and he was quite alert, and to try to get him down for an afternoon nap was a nightmare. And then once he was on his feet and walking about, he was even more of a nightmare. You were on the alert with him the whole of the time. But then it's better to be like that than any other way, isn't it? Yeah. Is that how your son is? Yeah. I'm going to say. I'll just show you. I'm going to say, I'll show you one little. My husband came up and can't see his face, but you can't see very well. Can you switch that off? That one out. These pictures don't come out very well, do they, to show anyone? Where is he? There he is. I don't know if you can see him any better there. No, you can't really, can you? It just looks like a baby, doesn't it? But no, I mean, and he's going to be ginger. He hasn't got much hair, but what he has got is going to be a ginger. And I don't think there's anybody in our family have had ginger hair. So he's going to be a one-off. Yeah. Hey, Zoom. It's been a while. Been a while. Thank you for catching up. Everything is fine. Have you missed my streams? Well, we've sort of been plodding along. We're just about to finish the DLC of Elden Ring. I think that is probably the 4th time I've gone through it. We've just got the last little bit to get, the last little area to get into. We just finished killing Mesmer on the end of this stream, and we will be going on to the final area tomorrow. And he's been breezing through the night rain. Do you reckon? He hasn't got a clue. Hog fan, not a clue. It's as much as he can work his mobile phone. Honestly, he's not technically minded at all. And I know for a fact, though he doesn't say now, because after a certain period of time, he's had to get used to the fact that I like gaming. But I think he thinks it's a load of rubbish and a waste of time. But we did Mesmer. Yeah. Okay, Zoom. But the thing is, I didn't do it on my own. I had a couple of helpers. I summoned some people to come in and help. I will never ever, however many times I've done Elden Ring, I will never ever say that I've done it all completely on my own. I've had help in a lot of the harder parts. But we had a good Mesmer fight just now. And he's done and put behind us. And we'll go on to the last little bit. And then I'll start all over again. And I will be going back to the main game. And that'll be NG9. My goal there was to perhaps just go up to 10, but I think I would just keep going. I can't get away from it. Do you reckon you never I fight my best because I fight for you? You are so good, Idacrass. Thunder buddies for life, yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I mean, what goes along with this is the fact that as you go on and redo the game and start again and go again and go again, every time you go, it's just a little bit more challenging. Things are a little bit harder. The bosses are a little bit harder, aren't they? But I was glad to get up to past NG7 because that doesn't get any harder after that, does it? So the level now I will be playing when I go back to it will be the same challenging level. And it is challenging. But the, I don't know. It's got to be an addiction, hasn't it? I mean, when I think about other games I've played, I mean, really and truly, the only other games I've wanted to play over and over again are also the Dark Souls games. I'm fine with those. I haven't done them so many times as I've done Elden Ring. Elden Ring's sort of taken priority, but I think I've done Dark Souls 2 and 3 a couple of 3 times. I can't remember exactly how many now. I can't remember how many times I've done the original first Dark Souls. Or even Demon Souls was the one I've never finished. I need to keep going back to that. But then the problem is, it's the time. I haven't got the time to do it all. Is it rock? Yeah. Yeah. I like the Elden Beast. I like that Radagon and their Elden Beast. I love that. I think maybe because it's the end of the big game, isn't it? I think that's why I like it, because then you think to yourself, I've got to the end. I'm doing it, and I don't feel, for me anyway, that either of those are the most challenging bosses of the game. I mean, Mesmer he's a beast of a thing, but some of the others not quite so bad. So wait to see what. Well, I'm looking to. I'm looking to get Code Vein. There's Code Vein 2, isn't it? I think it's out. If it's not already out, it's coming out fairly soon. Because I liked the first Code Vein, so I will go and pick that up again. And there's a couple of others as well, but it goes back to what I was saying just now. It's the time to do it all. I have just started going back on the Switch and playing a couple of the really, really retro games that I used to play years ago. Oh, yeah. Well, I did Night Rain, didn't I? You may have heard me already say. I did Night Rain, the original 6 bosses. I think, is it 6 or 7? And I wasn't much inclined to do anything harder. Although I do like Night Rain better than I thought I would. But then I had it up on the shelf, and I kept looking at it. I'm thinking, I'm not going to play that again, I don't think. So I did sell it until I went and bought the Wilder statue. And of course, in the box with Wilder was the Night Rain game and other bits and pieces. So I have got the Night Rain game back again, but I don't know whether to keep it intact and sort of like in pristine condition, or whether to open the game up and try it again. I used Wilder for a long time when I first started the game, but I then changed to Iron Eye. I think it's Iron Eye, isn't it? The one with the ranged weapon, bow and arrow, and that. And then I ended up sticking with Iron Eye most all of the time for the end bits. But no, I did like Wilder. And I liked the Recluse, the young lady. She was pretty. Some of the characters are really great. But as things are at the moment, I think I'm going to be sticking with Elden Ring. I just cannot get away from it. Really can't. And the incredible thing I think about it is all of you that come on and watch the streams, you all know little bits and pieces that are there that I have no clue about. And every time I come back to it, there's always something new. And there's always somebody comes along and points me into a direction of something totally different that I've never known about. And I think that is what the draw on that with the Elden Ring is, the fact that, there's always so much to find. And yeah, you need to be Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. Well, I've just got my Dark Souls 3. I had that back yesterday because my other grandson, I borrowed it to him, and it took him about a week only to say he finished it. So he sent it back, but I'm not sure if he's sort of thoroughly gone through the whole of it, or he's just sort of whizzed through it. But then he plays for hours and hours and hours. He doesn't take a break. He'll play it through the day, and then he'll play it through the evenings as well. But Bloodborne, I love Bloodborne. Yeah, I like Bloodborne. And it would be nice if we had another Bloodborne. And the Dark Souls, yes, I like the Dark. I think probably as the Dark Souls games came out, each one, there was the next one that was a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit different. Probably Dark Souls. I think I quite like Dark Souls 2 as well. I did go back to that the other night when I was just fiddling around here. But for the last few evenings, I started the Switch up because I wasn't sure would it be a good idea to get the Switch too, because there's a couple of games have come out on there that I really, really liked. Namely the Metroid, because I loved Metroid. But then again, for me, the best Metroid game was the one that was on the SNES. I played that over and over again, only because there was a really good cheat on the SNES Metroid that you were totally invincible and you never died. And of course, I went the easy way and I was playing it through like that. It needs to be as 100, honestly. Yeah, this is it. You see, I keep looking at the price of it. And then and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so if I trade in my Switch for the new one, there are going to be so many people trading in their Switches to get the new one that probably the price you would get for it is not going to be that much, because it's a possibility that the market is going to be flooded with Switch consoles, and the price is going to just hit the floor, isn't it? And to be quite honest, when you see the price of the Switch 2, you could buy a small computer for that. And I think to myself, I don't know. I mean, so it's a pretty good machine, but I think it's pricey. And whether the price is ever going to come down, who knows? It might not be. Who knows? They might bring out a Switch 3. But that won't be for some time. So I'm sort of, playing on the Switch in the evenings just to sort of see. Eh? It's pouring with rain. Okay, so this seems like the original is now more expensive here with tariffs. Of course, you've got tariffs and that stuff, haven't you? Yeah. Yeah. I am going to have to leave you now. And I'll be back tomorrow. We'll carry on streaming Elden Ring. See if we can get to the end of it. Thanks for coming along, Hug Fan. And Ida Crass and Zoom. And I will see what we can do tomorrow. Hey, I'm looking for there it is. I was looking for the mouse now to finish all off. And like I say, I'm just thank you for Kumail Malik. Honestly, some of your names, you're a mouthful, and you must have. I will apologise if I do not pronounce you right. But thank you, everybody, and we will be back streaming tomorrow. You all take care.